So we are now in recording mode, and it is the first, here at the first day of September 2015. And for those of you watching live or replay, gee, I hope a lot of folks will be catching on the replay. Welcome to the #1 experience of, oh, I'm gonna have to turn that off. The #1 Holy Shift Show over on Blab, or rather, we should call it the Holy Shift Show pre-show over on Blab. Hi, my name is Elaine Nieberding, and 9 days ago, I was a Twitter virgin. I was a Blab virgin, but I was a Hangout host. And some of you watching might know that I've been hosting a program over on Google Plus Hangouts called the Holy Shift Show since October of last year. And we get folks together for finding unifying solutions through play. I'm all about fun. I'm a holistic nurse, a teacher of laughter yoga, but in the time that I've spent on Google Plus, I have come to engage with fine folks, that's another F word, and explore lots about social media. And indeed, this is what we're talking a lot about on Blab. The focus of today's show, this pre-hangout show here on Blab, is really going to be the same as what we're talking about at the beginning of the next hour. And that is going to be live casting Blab, Hangouts, and Crowdcast. It's an and kind of thing. Folks over here in social media land, some of them have heard about Hangouts and tried them out. And I have a good number of friends that have been hosting Hangouts on air shows and programs over there. But with the inception of Blab, just a couple months ago, many folks now are flocking on over to try out this new arena, and it sure is fun. In the 8 days I've been here, I have met just a ton of great people. So right now, I want to just introduce my little sidekick here. This is Ron Schneeberger. Ron, say hello and tell everybody where you're blabbing out from.
Hi, I'm Ron Schneeberger. Hello, like Elaine said I should, and I'm blabbing from Jupiter, Florida. And Christine just sent a message that she'll be here shortly. She just finished her noon meeting. So
that's great. That's great. So it's great to see all the people who are here now. We have Maggie Anzueta from California. I'm glad she is here with us today. We saw her on some Blabs with Chef Dennis just yesterday. That was great. And I want to say hi on the air now to Linda Barnby. We said hello before we went on broadcast, but I want to say hello again. And hello to G Pluser friend Lila Martin. And we are going to have one fun time, I hope. So at this point in time, I just want to do a little bit of a framework and a little bit about housekeeping. I like to have fun on my shows, and you often, if you've been visiting other Blabs, then you are aware the host may often suggest to you, please tweet on out this event. Let's get more folks coming on in. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to hold up my little owl friend. So if you see me hold on up the owl, please just tweet this on out. Get friends and folks in here enjoying this. This is my little owl friend. It's really interesting that before I found Blab at all, I was a lover of owls, and a lot of my posts over on Google Plus are all about owls. But this show is going to lead into a 2 o'clock show over on Google Plus and Crowdcast. And some of you may have never heard about Crowdcast at all, but it is what's called a Hangout wrapper. In other words, someone can host a live stream, Ustream, or Hangout on Air program and put it within the framework of a wrapper that makes the event very easy for people to access and engage within live during the show, You don't have to be, a member of Google Plus. You can participate in those events, signing in from either Twitter or Facebook or Google Plus, and now with just an email address. So once again, Ron, how long have you been doing Blabs?
Probably a couple weeks. I've been on quite a few, actually, and it's an interesting platform. I'm interested in it, and it didn't take that long to get used to. It's just you go out and do it, and then you interact, and all of a sudden you're part of the community. And I just want to let you know, Ferguson is here watching. He joined. He's up at the top there. If you
Hey, well,
see him.
This is one of the guys who is the primary guys over at Team Blab. So I want to give a owl salute to Furquan, and thank you so much for joining us today, because once again, as a Hangout host over on Google Plus, I love engaging with folks. I love exploring new playgrounds. And so I'm happy to be here. But I'm really hoping that people will see, Hangouts have different capabilities, and we can weave and expand our reach by coming into being in appreciation of each other. That's absolutely what I'm thinking here. And speaking once again, for those of you who are new to participating in a Blab, you will see at the bottom of one of the little screens up there, you'll see these little hands. They used to call them feels, but now we call them props. So if you're listening to this program and you really like what somebody's saying, it's really nice to give them your little stamp of approval by hitting on the little prop thing. So that would be good. One other thing that I would like to mention to all the people watching Blabs or hosting Blabs, if you are trying to educate your audience to come back and see what Blabs you might have coming up, an easy way is to just let them know. You have,
Lane, I just want to butt in for a minute. Eli sent a message over on your Hangout message thing that we have going there, that on Blab it shows that it's 3:00 tomorrow.
Wow. That is very strange. I don't know how I can change that, but I know we have viewers here now. So in the middle of this broadcast,
it'll get out there.
Yeah. If somebody wants to tweet that out and just mention, like it's happening soon, that would be great. Anyway, I noticed a few more G Plus friends showing up here. Jeremy Murphy, thank you for being here. Jim Sharp, I see you. And then other new friends. That's an F word. If you hang around me a lot, you'll know one of my features is using fun and meaningful F words. So thank you, Jake Liu, for being here. Thank you, Furquan, for sure, for being here. Maggie's here, Cindy Harley's here. More folks are coming on in, so this is good. And I see some of the folks who are also going to be on the 2:00 Hangout on Air, and I'm going to invite the first of them in right now. As soon as I get my screen back. Hold on. There we go. Let me unlock and invite Christine L. Bowen in. Christine, come on in. Christine is coming in. And Eli Fennell is in. But Eli, just to let you know, I'm going to have CLB address our group first. Hey,
Hello.
CLB. How are you doing, lady?
I am fantastic. How are you?
It's nice to be in this new playground with you, my dear.
Yes, and greetings to Ron and Eli and everyone watching.
Yeah, and so Christine L. Bowen is a woman with a huge heart, and in the work that she does on the web, a lot of her work is about getting clear on your motivation and your intention. to live a life of fulfillment, connection, and purpose every day. And I thought she would be the absolute perfect person to join us at the beginning of this event and also the event at the next hour, so people get clear. When we come into these blabs, we need to just take a moment, let that observer part of ourselves notice, what kind of mindset do we have going? What do we want to gift to our experience? Go ahead.
I'm going to just get out of here so you can invite somebody else in.
No, I want you here as my comment wing person.
I'll watch.
Please, please, please.
Okay.
Don't leave me hanging, man. Anyway, back to CLB. I'm going to give her props.
Oh, thank you, Elaine.
And Christine, I'm just going to pass this on over to you, because for anybody who's engaging with us today, whether they're showing up at a hangout, with another person, in a blab, what's a good thing to do to be present and make meaningful connection?
Great question. Wow. First of all, it's just an honor that you asked me to join with these great, great minds, including yours. I am just excited about what you're doing with all these different platforms. You are a superwoman, lady. You are. So what should we be doing? The focus should be on relationship. One of my favorite quotes, I'll probably mash it up, is from Bob Berg, who co-wrote The Go-Giver and Go-Givers Sell More. And he says that we should first focus on opening the relationship rather than closing the sale. So even though as entrepreneurs, our mission and our goal is to monetize our service, if we're in a service-based type of business or a product-based business to sell a product, people need to know and like and trust us first. And with the online experience, building relationships should be our first focus, so that we can get to know each other, get to know our values, and decide if we want to do business with each other.
So it's about developing a know, like, and trust thing. And that's as important when we're doing marketing and conducting business as it is really in any kind of human exchange. We want people to feel good. One of the things that I notice about Blab is so many people are showing up here because it's a great way for people to just get acknowledged. What I'm learning about Twitter is there's a lot built into the system to help people acknowledge each other. And you know what? That feels good. People want to feel good. People don't want to feel invisible in this busy, busy, crazy world. And with that, I would like to invite all the people who are here. Once again, this is my prop. It's not a clap prop. It's telling people, tweet on out that we're having this event. Maybe we'll have lots of folks coming on in live and replay. Once again, some of you who are watching this are going to be watching this in replay. You can't make it live. And I'm once again going to say that you ever want to find me, I'm educating my audience here. It's blab.im Laughing Elaine. You can go there anytime to see what shows I have coming up or watch my replay. And with that, I want to skim on over to saying hello to Eli Fennell. Eli.
Hello.
I call Eli what he has dubbed himself upon occasion, because he's just got a very big, witty, quick mind, Mr. Elipedia. Hi, Eli. Where are you blabbing out with us from?
Fort Lauderdale, sunny Fort Lauderdale.
And have you done many blabs at all, or have you been watching them?
This is my first I've been on, first I've seen. So, Blab Virgin.
There we go. Well, you're where I was 9 days ago. And, your good buddy, Mark Traphagen, he's jumped quickly in and has dived in quite a bit. And So I know you will both have a little repartee, especially on in the next hour.
Yeah, he
I
joined us right now. He's Mark jumped in here.
Okay, I do see that he is in the watch panel, so that is absolutely beautiful. I will invite him in a little while, but what I do want to educate some of the audience about, if you have a question on this topic related to live casting, Blab, Hangout, or Crowdcast, please put a question in the comment stream, and the way you do that is you type //Q spacebar and then your question. And after you hit enter, your question will come up and there will be a little highlight around it so that the host or the host's sidekick, my guy Ron over here, can see it and bring it to our attention. So I want to take a moment now to talk, Christine, just ask you about your own experience on Blab, either watching Blabs, and I know you were with Stephanie Sims yesterday. So that was one of the ones that you were kind of actively co-hosting. Tell me a little bit about your experience and differences that you noticed from Hangouts on Air.
Wow. Well, I've been on Blab. I've lost track of the day count, but if you check my profile, I think it shows it here on Blab. It's probably been about 30 days. I have been waiting for a platform like this. I envisioned this 5 years ago when I jumped online with a professional focus. As an avid pro networker, I'm totally in love with building relationships and networking with individuals, especially in the business marketplace, I should say. When I came online 5 years ago, that personal touch was missing for me. So I was eagerly seeking out ways to incorporate video into my networking strategy online. And forward 1 year to 2011, Hangouts on Air popped into the scene, which I was thrilled about. I still am thrilled with Hangouts on Air, to be honest. But Blab for me is the holy grail for social networking. It's easy peasy. Anyone with a Twitter handle can log in and navigate very, very easily. Hosting a Blab is very simple. I find that people are more personal here on Blab. And the fact that it's connected to Twitter, which is still my favorite place for growing our networks, just makes Blab that much more valuable to me.
Well, that's great. And Christine, I want to say that in my own experience on Twitter in the last, well, it's been just a week, the way you connect, the way you are supportive is really great. I mean, I've grown over 100 followers in a week. That was fast. That was effing fast. The engagement is different. What I have appreciated about Google Plus is the depth of engagement that people who meet each other can have, both on posts in the Google Plus Hangout video call forum and Hangout messaging, as well as, you know, just sharing common interests. So I don't want to see Hangouts go away. And in fact, I'm wondering if disruptive, in the best way, technologies like Blab will really light the effing fire under the Google developers' butt skis to make accessing the Hangouts on Air, especially as show participants, a lot easier. I want to ask Eli to address that. And then, Christine, I'm going to rotate you on out so
Sure.
I can invite Mark to come on in. And I want to thank you, as well as let people know in the next hour over on Crowdcast, you can join us to continue the conversation, and you will actually be able to see what this Hangout wrapper is like and engage in a slightly different way. And the way you go to that is ccst.io/e/Elaine Nieberding. And I hope we see some of you there. Okay, Christine, see you over there in a while.
Sweetie.
And by the way, just so folks know, Mark, come on in. Thank you, Mark. Lost my train of thought. Failure. Okay.
Well, anyway,
Eli,
Mark passed out that link so people have it in the comments section. Thanks, Mark.
You were starting to ask Eli for some comments on Google Hangouts versus Blab.
Thank you.
I got you back,
okay.
Eli.
Okay. Eli, what are you seeing as a brand newbie?
Well, I mean, I can see that it does seem to be a little bit easier to join. The obvious drawback here is that the level of quality is nowhere near at the same level. Obviously, you're not getting the same level of video definition. The audio quality seems a little spotty to me, and you don't have that nifty thing where it adaptively switches the focus to the person who's speaking. So it's a trade-off. Will this propel Google to make Hangouts on air a little bit easier, perhaps create at least a different tier that's easier to join? I'd like to see that. I think there's place for both in the market. You know, if you really want to create a high quality show, it's obvious Hangouts would be the place to do it right now, not Blab, but for getting people to join more easily, this does seem.
Well, apparently audio and video quality can be increased some, you know, on the part of the participants. For example, if I had my Logitech 920 hooked up today, rather than my webcam, my video quality would be better right now than it is. If I had a little fancier, higher quality mic, my audio might be better. But because the whole bandwidth thing is very different here, it requires lower bandwidth than over on Hangouts on Air. It's different. The end product in quality may be different. But anyway, let me jump on over to Ron for just a moment. Do we have other people making comments that we want to call on out and say hello to people? We've got a good group here now. We got 20 people. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. That's really wonderful and heartwarming.
Ian Gavin says the audio quality depends on the user speaker. We have G Plus can up their game by tightening up their mobile app and incorporating ease of use. Christine mentioned that. Lori Friedrich, but the instant interaction with your audience is priceless. The engagement here makes viewers a part of your show. So I think people are liking it. We have Jeremy Murphy joined us, Blair Warner, Roger Edwards, Virginia Parsons joined us. So we got quite a few joining us here and making some comments.
And I am so grateful that my friends from Google Plus have come on over here. Heidi Hornline, I see that she is also here, and Johan Clays is here. But then there are lots of new faces for me, and I was thinking of some wordplay today, and too bad that I didn't write out a little card, because I was getting a little bit nervous before the beginning of this. So I was feeling like, oh, am I in a frenzy? And then the wordplay popped into mind. But it's all about friends, see? And making new friends. And that's what we're doing here in this wonderful forum. And with that, I'm now going to give a very warm hello to Mark Trapphagen of Stone Temple Consulting, who's going to be joining us on the next hour over on Crowdcast, our Crowdcast Hangout on Air. Hello, Mark.
Hey, hello, Elaine. Thanks for the warm welcome, and thanks for inviting me into your audience.
So you have really, I've seen you dive right on in and having a lot of fun, both hosting some of your own Hangouts and participating in a lot as well. But you have a very...
I think you meant Blabs.
You know, I knew I was going to do that. In fact, I thought of that last night, and I thought I should say to the audience, there is likely to be a time during the show when I'm saying Hangouts instead of Blab. So effing forgive me, please. But Mark, I appreciate your being here because your depth of work and understanding social media means a lot to the global community. You are followed by lots and lots and lots of people and revered and respected, and especially the kind of research that you and Eric Enge have done over in Stone Temple Consulting with the really fine data work that you have done looking at engagement and how it happens. So could you talk a little bit about, you know, engagement here and what you're feeling about Blab?
Yeah, I think overall, you know, I mean, people have been making comparisons. Just to go back to something Eli was talking about the quality issues. Yes, it is possible to produce a better quality show on Hangouts in general, in terms of the appearance of it and things like that. But unfortunately for me and for us, that's been offset by the constant technical problems there. You spend so much time on Hangouts trying to get people properly connected. And if people, because they opted in going for, you know, higher definition, that's great on the output side, but it also means that the barrier is higher for regular people. What I've seen here is the possibility of a broader audience, simply that. I think a lot of people have been saying that. You know, I started using this thing last Thursday, and I now have almost 400 people following me. You know, it's just like every time you go on a show, every show that I'm on like this, my Twitter followers go up by an average of 40 now. So it's new people, but beyond that, you know, beyond those numbers, those are nice. That's fine. But it's been an incredible experience for me of being able to connect with people whom, many of whom I've either stalked or known online, you know, through text or tweeting or through Google+, but have never actually talked with. And in the last 4 days, I have met so many of those people, talked with them for the first time, gotten known by some of them, you know, started a relationship, and that's been incredibly valuable. So the accessibility of this, I think, is its key strength and why I'm so interested in it.
Well, the other thing I'm feeling is that its potential for fun is really there. And that is a theme that I weave through the programming that I do. I truly believe that when you're engaging in work, finding a passionate arena of service, that will be the arena where you'll be connecting to a vibe that's fun, uplifting, enjoyment. And boy, that sure is the vibe that I want people to catch in this world.
Well, this has brought back what many of us experienced in the early days of Hangouts. Eli will remember this. You know, that's what it used to be like in the first days of Hangouts. Everybody was, you know, trying it out and just, you know, having fun and just meeting up with people. You don't see that there as much anymore. And here, you know, last night, you know, I was going to bed about midnight. I was a little bored, you know, clicked in what's on Blab. There was some guy doing the show where he was saying, like, tell me a joke. As I clicked on it. So it was like this 20-minute thing where we were all competing against each other. He was a hysterical host. We were trying to beat each other with a better joke. You know, the audience was voting with the props. Sean, who's the one of the creators of Blab, came on. You know, I beat him at the end, and I won the game in the end. You know, it's silly, it's goofy, but you're connecting with people. It's the kind of thing that's happening here that's just not happening on Hangouts anymore. Now, that means that Hangouts, I think, can take they should probably continue to work on being that higher end, more serious something for businesses, for people wanting to produce higher quality shows, but they've got to get the tools better to make it more accessible for people. Yeah.
Eli, I wonder if you could just follow on some of the things Mark is saying. And Ron, I have a quick request for you. I would like to, if you could jump on out for a few minutes, I want to invite Virginia Parsons in. This may be her first Blab, but I would love to hear about her experience. And okay, so Ron, okay, we're going to open this seat. Virginia, I'm wondering if you will be brave enough to come on in.
Virginia's scrambling to do her hair. She's there.
Hey, Virginia, you can always, she's coming in. She's trying. She's trying. Let's see if she shows on up. Actually, you know, in Blab, Virginia, I'll tell you, if you don't want to be seen, you can go like this. You just hold the paper up.
See, there's high-tech tools here.
I mean, you know, low tech is great. People, you know, all kinds of things, you know, you want to tell everybody how awesome they are. Awesome. Did you ever notice how?
Also,
awesome.
Seriously, Elaine, there are people that are finding, just like, and again, this is like what a lot of us did in Google+. I always talk about how we early adopters hacked Google+. We made it work for us, despite the way Google was marketing it. And, you know, with this, we're seeing people are discovering third-party tools. For example, you know, great people in here like Joel Com have been advocating. He uses some third-party tools to be able to do screen sharing and switch screens and do overlays and things like that. So, you know, we come in with something like this. The developers are great. They're very accessible. They're going to be doing great things here. But the community is also going to hack it. They're going to find ways to do things that the developers aren't even thinking about.
Yeah, we can already see that. You know, some folks are using ManyCam and some other vehicles to add lower thirds or do screen sharing. I think screen sharing, though, for really good and primary programs, that is gonna remain on Hangouts on Air, unless over at Blab they create a feature where the host can maybe allow one person's box to like fill out the whole screen and somehow, you know, do a screen share or something. Because
I actually had a chat with somebody from Blab about that, and there's certain things. They're not going to say no to anything or never. We know we'll never do that. But there's certain things that people are asking for that they're just not on their radar right now because they want to keep this very simple. They want to keep it accessible, you know, not loaded up with so many features that it overwhelms people. They also want to keep it about the chat, the conversation. So that's one reason why they have not gone with that automatic switching or full screen visual, you know, and why they've limited it to 4. If you think about it, if you are at a big dinner party, 10, 12 people at a table, you are never talking to the 10, 12 people. You're always talking to 3 or 4 people that are seated right around you. So some of those features are intentional here, for now at least, to keep it focused in that way.
Okay. Now, what's interesting, I wanna see if Virginia can speak. Her picture isn't showing up, so maybe she has something covered. Or maybe there are bandwidth issues. But it's very interesting. She's already got 90 prop points, and she hasn't even shown up. So Virginia, you are known and loved in you know, in live casting land. So that's great. Virginia, can you hear me? Can we hear you? I don't have your audio off. Virginia, I'm gonna cycle you on out, and I'm gonna actually ask Heidi Hornline to come in for a minute if she is so inclined.
And a couple of quick tips for Virginia and others that people are finding. One thing is sometimes just, you know, if it doesn't work when you first come on, just refreshing your browser will work. You know, exit out, refresh the browser, try to come back in. If you're on Chrome, up in the address bar at the top where you type in an internet address, you should see a little icon that looks like a movie camera. If you click on that, that lets you go to your audio and video settings. You may need to enable some things for that. Just a couple quick tips on that.
That's good. Before I invite some commentary from Heidi. Heidi, it's so nice to see you. Mark, did you say, could you type into the comment stream the Crowdcast link, which is ccst.io/e/Elaine, ELAINE, Nieberding, NIEBERDING 8.
There it is.
And that is the link where
there's an 8 on the end?
Number 8, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I've been leaving off. I didn't hear you say that earlier. I'm gonna have to redo it.
Okay. And that way, because we're going to be closing down this Blab in about 10 minutes, and then we're going to be jumping on over to this other platform. We're kind of weaving things together, as I called this Blab, Hangouts on Air, and Crowdcast. It's an and thing. And I'm just exploring today to see if people will come from a Blab on over and experience Crowdcast, a Hangout on Air via the Crowdcast wrapper. We're going to see. Please come on over. And once again, since I'm holding up my little owl, if those of you who are here, please tweet this on out, because we got another group of 4, and this will then be tweeted on out to your followers. I would appreciate that. Okay, Heidi Hornline, you're joining us from Italy. Props to you, lady.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm sitting outside. I had my dinner just now, and if you want to see a little bit landscape, I don't know if you can.
Adelheid, I don't think your mic. I don't think we're hearing you through your computer mic. We can barely hear you. Do you have an external mic you can use?
I have one, but not here because I didn't think to come in. So if you want first.
Yeah,
right.
I can, you know what? Use big voice.
Just low volume.
I can shout if you want to.
That's better.
No, you know how to project, from that deep, big down place.
Yes.
Okay, so just tell us a little bit about your experience on Blab, because you have experienced both arenas.
Yeah, yesterday I did the first one, and I tried out to sing together with Margarita in duet. And somebody from a car showed up and sang with us, but I noticed also there, when they are on cell phone, it's very low volume. So I don't know how to make it better. So I tried out quite a bit yesterday, and I like it, but there seems to be some things to figure out, like volume.
Yeah. So I tell you what, Heidi, I would like to extend an invitation to you to join us on the panel for the next hour, if you're so inclined. At about 10 before the hour, I'll put a link in a G+ chat for you, Hangout chat. And right now, I want to invite a guy in if he wants to come on in. I'm not making this completely open. My varied shows will be different, but I want to invite in Jed Record because, watching Blabs over the last couple days, you begin to know people who have experience, who have a lot to contribute. And, we begin to get feelings of people we want to learn from. So, Jed, are you interested in coming on into this Blab? Eli? Let me say goodbye to Heidi. Heidi, maybe I'll see you. I'll see you on over in the next hour. Thanks. And
this is going to be hysterical because Jed and I were sitting about a mile and a half from here having lunch just 40 minutes ago. And,
okay. Well.
Was it really 40 minutes ago? It doesn't feel that way. I just got out of the car.
Well,
okay, so I did not know this. In fact, I guess I did not know your connection with each other. But how cool is this? And an unplanned coming together of new friends, or maybe you've known each other for a long time. So how are you doing? And thank you for being here, Jed.
Well, that was very nice of you, Elaine, to bring me in here. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love contributing on Blabs. This is a lot of fun to me, and I think it's also a great way to share information that you might have. So we all have tons of information in our heads, right? And it's about different subjects and different topics and different experiences. And doing that on a blog and on tweets from Twitter is great, but it's little tidbits at a time, whereas Blab, we can really get some great stuff out there and learn from each other.
So Jed, have you been watching shows of all different kinds of formats?
Absolutely, yeah. Really trying to explore and learn from that. I know Mark has as well. He and I were talking about that. We're trying to figure out, what's going on here. What are the different types of things being discussed, and how are they utilizing Blab to do that? And being I do some research, and I straddle the academic and the business world, and I'm very interested to see how this will take shape and how these labs will transform.
Okay. So Jed, I really appreciate your being here. I've got about 4 more minutes. So I would like to invite people who are here, tweet this on out. It'll get some more replay time. And for those of you who are in, if you scroll up and down once again through the comment stream, you will see the link that you can click on to continue to watch us on Crowdcast. If you do want to default to watching live stream on YouTube, you can do that too. My YouTube channel is Elaine Nieberding, Elaine Nieberding, Nieberding, Nieberding. Now, I hope you will remember that. Anyway, let me bring in one more person. Eli, can I have you bow out? Thank you. I will see you on over in the next hour. You will be a permanent Butsky panelist.
I'm following you on Twitter, Eli, so I'll see you on there.
All right. I'm going to leave this one open for the last couple of minutes, see who would like to join in the conversation, contribute just a little bit in our last couple of minutes. Here's Omar Bilal. So I am thrilled to have Omar come and join the fun for the last few minutes.
Thank you.
Omar, where are you joining us from?
Thank you. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm hanging out in Highland Park, just a suburb of Detroit. I'm honored to be invited in here. I couldn't resist. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Omar.
Thank you. I couldn't resist. So glad to be here. I'm going to give somebody else another time, but welcome to the Blavolution.
Blavolution.
The Blavolution is on. We getting it on. I had to invite Virginia. I had to go and email her yesterday. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So what I want to say, this is the way we build communities.
Mm-hmm.
We notice our own interests. It was in October of 2013. I found out about Hangouts. I enrolled in a course offered by Alex Mendosian, the Hangout Marketing Challenge. That's where I got to know Omar. From that, friendships blossomed. And so we've stayed in touch from time to time. It's fun to see you great on over here in Blab. And you know what? You are finally getting bold, Omar.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great to see the evolution of your shows and what you do on over here.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope we come over and have some more laughs together. What's the name of your show? You're going to bring it over here?
My show is called the Holy Shift Show.
The Holy Shift.
The whole idea behind that is, we're in times where shift seems to be hitting the fan often.
Yeah.
And we need to develop coping methods and methods where we find our center so that we can stay engaged and connected and continue to support each other, especially in playful and creative ways.
Mm-hmm.
Omar, we are at 1:45. I'm going to sneak in if Maggie is still here. She's not. I think she already left. I was going to invite her in because she's a good friend from Google+. But everybody else who is here, what a new, wonderful family. For most of you who have been new coming into watching one of my shows, I give you my props. I give you my salute. I have tried to follow you back, nearly everyone that I've seen that's new. Please come back to other programs that I do. We want to grow a fabulous.
So I have a quick.
I have a very important point. Sorry, Jed, but
Okay, thank you.
The link that you gave is not leading to any event on Crowdcast. Let me make sure I've got it right. I've got it ccst.io/e/Elaine Niederberding.
Nieberding, Nieberding. The old I before E except after C rule.
Oh, I put a oh God, I misspelled your name. Okay, I was copying it. That's the problem. Okay, let me put it in here again. I'm very sorry. ccst.io/ You don't need to dictate it to me. I can see your name. I'll just type it correctly this time. Elaine, Niederb.
No, Burr, like bird.
Wow, okay.
Burr.
Oh, there. That was my mistake.
Okay, so we will forgive the failure because, what else can we do? And let me tell you, everybody, let's get together on other events. You'll see me doing intentional laughter practice, which I hope a lot of people come back to do. We all need to learn to bring more levity into our life. Intentionally,
and
consciously.
Newcomers, this sounds silly, but I've actually been to one of these intentional laughter sessions. I've seen it work. I've seen it change people and change their day, and it really does work. I'll admit to that.
Okay, so Jed, I will be calling you up when I do some of my first ones, and maybe it'll be at a time where you'll be inclined to join in.
We'll laugh together.
I'm now going to sign over and out. I'm going to end the recording. Thank you, everybody, so very much for coming to join me on my first Holy Shift Show pre-show on Blab. I actually am going to host another show here at 3 o'clock, another after party. And I may discover this is entirely too much, or I may discover it's one heck of a lot of fun to keep on connecting, weaving our engagement back and forth between Blab and Google+, Crowdcast, and I will see you. I got to get the other thing fired up. Thank you, everybody. So long.
Bye, guys. Thank you.